Hello friends, I'm really excited to introduce to you Finfolk Productions' brand new realistic tale. Now the reason that we're putting together a video is so that you can see up close in person what's so special about it. The first thing about it is that it's completely seamless on the outside. The second thing is that each scale is individual, placed one at a time to give it a much more realistic fish-like look. Now this is a tale that we will be offering as an upgrade, and I want to show you up close in person what's so special about it. Here's a look of the tale from the front. Here's what the tail looks like on the back. Now the first thing that's great about it is there's no seams. It is a completely seamless tail on the outside. There is a seam on the inside of the tail, but nobody sees that. The outside looks like a normal fish. There's no front, there's no back, it's just a whole complete tail. Here's a side view of the tail, where normally a seam would be found. This is the dorsal fin in the back, this is a hip fin directly on the side, and this is a fin on the front. And as you can see that where normally there would be a seam, there isn't. Instead, it's just these individual scales that lift independently from one another. Now, these are on really secure. You don't need to worry about them coming off. They're not going anywhere. Even on the back, you can see that the scales are individual and they lift up independently from one another. Again, they're on there super secure. They're not going anywhere. One question that people have asked us is, does it swim any differently than a regular Finfolk tail? And the answer is no, not at all. We actually have two tails out right now with the individual realistic scales. The first one is the betta fish tail that many of you have seen. You saw that one photographed in Hawaii back in 2013. We've gotten the opportunity to try out the realistic tail with the individual scales in just about every location you could possibly think of to swim in. It's been swam in the ocean, it's been swam in saltwater pools, they've been swam in chlorine pools, it's been swam in mermaid tanks and in Mermaid Cove at a Renaissance festival. It's even been on the back of a unicorn. Our second tail with the individual scales is this one sitting next to me right now. This one I've swam in numerous times and already I'm absolutely in love. So, nope, it doesn't swim any differently whatsoever at all. Another question you might be wondering is, how do you take care of a tail with the individual scales? And the truth is, it's absolutely no different from a regular tail. The betta fish tail was used all over the place, like I mentioned before. It was swam in oceans, lakes, pools, tanks, backs of unicorns, and the care for it's no different than any other silicone mermaid tail. Rinse it off, treat it with care, treat it like your own skin on the back of your hands. You wouldn't want to rub that along the pavement, just like you wouldn't want to rub your tail along the pavement. The care is the exact same. When you're done with it, when you're done swimming, make sure to rinse it off thoroughly. Run some water over it, throw in your bathtub, rinse it out, and you'll be just fine. The care is no different from a regular mermaid tail. My most favorite thing about wearing a tail with the realistic scales is the reactions that I get from both kids and from adults. The best is when I have kids running up to me saying, "You're really a real mermaid. Those scales are real." I can then take my hand and run it upwards along the tail, and they can see the scales flip upward and back down. There's a lot more dimension and a lot more depth that you can really see with the realistic scales. They're really pretty and really cool to look at and touch. Scale tipping seems to enhance them all the more. When you swim through the water, the individual scales move and flex with every movement that you make. So yeah, this is Finfolk Productions' brand new realistic tail. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to send us a message. We'd be more than happy to answer it for you. Thanks for watching. See ya.